Presented by Londoff Chevrolet and Londoff.com on the Big 550 KTRS.
From the Country Club Car Wash text line, they hate you, McGraw, but they're still listening. Here's another one. I love this show so much. We love you, too. Thanks for checking in. 8:52. Look who walked in the studio. Rudy Beck from BeckElderLaw.com. Good morning, Rudy.
Good morning, McGraw.
So let's see here. You've come in for, I don't know, a couple years now. You helped us all sorts of different ways. You have seen a mistake that people are making, and you want to talk about it.
I do. Just this past Monday, and it's come up several times before. It can apply whether it's a husband and wife or just in this case, a guy's dad was going into a nursing home.
Mm-hmm.
Dad had about $300,000 a house and another $550 or so in investments. And the son was saying, well, we're paying about between $6,000 and $7,000 a month out of pocket because Dad's income's about $2,500. So I understand. And it's too late to do anything because of the 5-year look back, so we're just going to have to keep paying. And I said, no, you don't. He said, what do you mean? I said, well, if you're out $6,000, $6,500 for maybe the next 60 months, 5 years, so that's $380, maybe $400 if prices go up, and you've got $850,000. I said, how would you like to be absolutely assured, since your dad's got slow advancing dementia, he's likely to live beyond 5 years?
Sure.
How would you like to guarantee that you can keep the rest? And he looked at me and says, how do I do? What are you talking about?
Right.
He said, I was just talking to a lawyer a month and a half ago, and this was never mentioned. I said, well, I'm not going to speculate, but I would guess that whoever you talk to didn't know about what I'm going to tell you.
Right.
And I said, now I'm going to add one more thing to it. We can put that $550,000 into a trust along with the house, and you're going to be able to write a check, or your sister or one of the other sisters will be able to write a check out of what we call a pass-through account. They'll take the money out of the trust, put it in this account, and they'll write a check for the difference between your dad's income and the cost of his care. And they'll get to deduct that payment at the end of the year from their personal income taxes. It's called medical payments made on behalf of a qualifying relative. And he said, what are you saying? I said, well, if you assume your sister's in a 25% tax bracket and her adjusted gross income is about $150,000, 7.5% of that has to be taken away first. That's around $11,000. So you're going to have roughly $62,000 to $65,000 a year that your sister or you, somebody will be able to deduct from their income taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're in a 25% bracket, that's $12,000, $13,000 a year in taxes saved. I said, you just saved more than you're going to pay me to set all this up.
Mm-hmm.
And it will be ongoing for for as long as your dad lives.
Right.
Until you get him qualified for Medicaid, if that's what you choose to do. But you will save more than half of what you got. McGraw, I see this all the time.
Yeah.
And it aggravates me. I get frustrated by it, wishing the word, that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I want the word to get out, McGraw.
Yeah.
I want people to understand that there are answers to problems that somebody who focuses in these areas should know, and we do.
Yeah.
But others don't. And so that's why I'm here.
You know, this is where you and I met, because
Yes,
everybody is in this situation. Everybody has many people have an older parent who's going into some sort of transitional care or something. And how does it work? And what do you do? And it's very confusing, and it's emotional, and it's heartbreaking. And you got to deal with brothers and sisters and everybody else. How do we do this? And it's so overwhelming, and you ask a question or two, and you kind of get the runaround from one or two people, and you throw your hands up. But I don't know what you just said, to be honest with you. But
it's okay.
But I do know. But what I am taking from this segment is just call Rudy Beck, right? Just call Beck Elder Law.
Yeah, Beck and Beck, Lennox, and Stolzer now.
Yes,
and we have a new addition. Caroline just had a baby, but give us a call.
Right.
Because we do have those answers, and all we do is estate planning and elder law with a focus on asset protection planning and then Medicaid planning. And if someone's a veteran or the spouse of a veteran, we can find ways to get money from the VA to help pay for that long-term care.
Right. And certainly all those things, setting up trusts and all those other things. But with an elderly parent that is going into some type of nursing home of some kind, whatever you want to call it, right? There's all sorts of questions about who's pays, how's you pays, what's the house, what's the this, what's the that, how does it all work, what's tax deductible, what's not, what are our options. Call you guys.
Right. Give us a call.
You guys will be able to figure out the best case scenario, and then at least you'll have options. At least you'll know, you'll get the answers to your questions so you can make an informed decision.
Yeah, and we give a free consultation, and usually it's broken down into two parts. First, let's sit down and talk and see if we can help you.
Right.
And then once we know we can help, once we say, okay, it's time to give advice, that's when the attorney-client relationship starts. But nobody should have to pay us to come in and find out if we can help.
No, it should be required every time your parent goes into one of these places, or right, mom and dad are getting to that point. Just go talk to BeckElderLaw.com so they figure it out, right? I mean,
I like the idea of making that a requirement.
Make it a law. If I were king, that's what I would do, because ultimately we found you just in the nick of time, but it would have been better if we would have found you a year or two before. When it's all said and done, it would have saved us a lot of angst, a lot of headaches, and everything else. But we found you when we did, and we're glad we did. 636-946-7899. Tell us about the new one. Are we allowed to welcome them to the new world?
Absolutely. Little Charlotte Pearl Stolzer.
How about that?
Born about 10 days ago, I guess, now. And she is beautiful.
Mother and baby doing fine?
Mother and baby are doing great, and dad is surviving. So, yes. It's doing well.
All good. 50-plus years you've been doing this?
Yeah, 51 years and counting.
Right there off of, the service road off of Highway 7?
Off of West Clay.
Yeah, and Sunbelt.
I'm now back in there sort of full-time while Caroline is on maternity leave.
Yes.
And then as soon as that's done, which will coincide with my wife's tax season being done, we're leaving town for about 2 to 3 weeks. We have to get away.
You tried to leave, but they pulled you back in. Is that what they did?
Something like that, yes.
636-946-7899. Beck Elder Law. Rudy Beck, Jay Lennox, Carolyn Stolzer, the well-respected and trusted team of BeckElderLaw.com. Do yourself a favor. Find out so you can make an informed decision. Give them a call and start there. Good stuff, Rudy. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you, McGraw. Good to be here.
Good stuff. Quick check of traffic. Captain Paul Kopsky, St. Louis Closet Company Traffic Center. Take it away.
McGraw, an accident